Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. I've been seeing a lot of talk, especially like on Reddit and all that, about Alexee Trevizo. Now, you guys all know who have watched the videos on my playlist, and I will link to that if you have not seen them, and I am going to go through the case just a bit in this video, so if you're not familiar, stick around for a minute. Her case is not canceled. Okay, her trial is not canceled. There's a lot more to it. Basically, the trial against her was slated. Remember, we all said it was coming up. It kept coming up, and we were all waiting. It was supposed to be August 26th. Now, because of the evidence that the judge allowed to be tossed because of her attorney, whom I have nicknamed Colonel Sanders, along with Brooks. I think I might have stolen that from Brooks, so over at CLL. It was those body cams, they threw it out. So the state is trying to get that put back in so they can use it at her trial. So right now, the case, the trial, it's not canceled. They haven't dropped the charges. She is still pending trial, okay? There's a legal battle over the evidence. That's the bottom line here. So the prosecutors, again, they want this stuff to come back in. They want every single bit of all that body cam, all that stuff that the police did. They want that all in. Okay? So just to refresh everybody, and I'm going to play part of the body cam. So if you have not seen it, like I said, don't fret. I got you covered. On July 24th, 2023, the judge with the New Mexico's 5th Judicial Court granted the defense motion to suppress this evidence, okay? The order actually tossed out evidence which included statements that Alexee Trevizo allegedly made inside the hospital room on January 27th, 2023, during the presence of Artesia General Hospital staff as well as Artesia police and that video footage. This is according to her attorney. The statements and footage at the hospital, he said they were a violation of HIPAA. That was his argument. And the defense also argued that when police and the doctor came into Alexee's hospital room, she was blocked from being able to leave. Now, she just gave birth to a baby in the bathroom, okay? And she didn't pass the placenta that they could figure out. So they thought her life was endangered. So, yeah, she wasn't allowed to leave. You know, that would have been against, hospital. She would have been going against, medical orders, So, obviously, they were like, you need to go to this other hospital. They wanted to send her to this special hospital because they're not equipped for that stuff there. And so all of this footage at the hospital, he's stating that all of it should have been thrown out and that she was being held against her will. And that's against Miranda because she wasn't read her rights. All that sort of stuff. Now, District Attorney Diana Lucci, on July 5th of this year, she filed the appeal to suppress the motion that granted that this evidence be tossed out to the New Mexico Supreme Court. She had asked them, this is back this summer, she said, hey, I want you guys to hear this because this evidence should not have been tossed out. So now we are waiting for the Supreme Court of New Mexico to hear their argument. So that's why we do not have a trial. And it could take, they don't know how long it could take before the New Mexico Supreme Court can hear. First of all, they have to accept it, and then they would have to hear the arguments from the state. And I am praying and hoping that they take this and they hear it and they put this evidence back in. I hear that New Mexico has a lot of issues as far as they're not the greatest as far as strength with the legal system. Again, that's some I've heard that from some folks. Then you have other states who are highly strict in this way. So again, it's a state-by-state situation. So let me play a bit of the body cam. This is actually part of what the defense won. Alexee and her attorney, they won that this not be allowed to be played at her trial at this point.
Lori went in there, and then of course the baby was underneath the clean liner.
Okay, yeah, if we can speak with Lori, that would
Okay, I'll get Lori, and I'll get
Officer, so the first thing though is I need to make sure that the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable. I don't know if she delivered a placenta. She's bleeding a lot. I just got her accepted to Loveless, so I need to get her up there as soon as possible.
Okay, take this over right.
Okay.
Okay, I left this in here because it's very important. That's the doctor speaking off camera. She is concerned about Alexee's well-being. So that's why she was quote-unquote detained. Okay? She wasn't detained because of the fact that she threw her baby in the trash. Maybe that gets further into it later. Okay? This is the point where officers are there because they found a baby in the bathroom trash where she spent 18 minutes. At this point, they called the police to make sure that they had all this documented legally, because allegedly there's a murder that just happened inside these four walls of this hospital, okay? And they want to protect themselves, they want to protect everyone, including the baby's well-being. Now, again, the doctor says, I want to send her to this other hospital. This is why she wasn't allowed to leave. It's not because she was under arrest.
Okay, so how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going on. The mother, they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation?
I'll go in there.
Are you guys going? Yeah. Okay, let's go in right now and do this.
While we're doing that,
And then I'll make sure Leela comes down. All the other nurses and stuff are here, and I'll get Leela here. Okay. So she's in the ship. Hey, Marina, will you get Leela back down here? Marina.
I'm sorry, there's we discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. He came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
But
I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
it was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her up there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She's
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's still 19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
Keep out of me.
You need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor and delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that.
See that? You see that, Gary Mitchell, aka Alexee's Colonel Sanders' attorney? She asked her, are you willing to go to Loveless, this other hospital, to make sure that you are safe? She said yes. She's not being detained against her will, so I believe that can be thrown out. I think that this body cam, that's more of the issue than anything, because her attorney knows all the stuff that she said. It's very, very, it looks bad, and it is bad.
In terms, I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But we need to do this correctly. And I want to be transparent with you about what our steps are gonna be. Okay. Officer, do you guys need to talk to her before we get her transferred?
How long is it gonna be before you have to transfer
I
out?
don't know. Are we working on
Okay.
Marina? Do you think 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Okay.
I got detectives on the way, so
Okay.
they're gonna be talking first.
Okay.
Do you guys have, I'm the charge nurse here, do you guys have any questions for me?
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
Nothing was crying.
Yeah. See, all of this, very, very, very harmful and hurtful for her. Now, I believe all the evidence that they found in the bathroom, the fact that she gave birth, allegedly in the toilet, somehow she cut the umbilical cord with her teeth or something. And I hear that that's very, very difficult to do. Okay? Then she takes the time to hide it in a bag and hide it underneath other trash and paper towels, another bag of trash and paper towels, clean up a bit, because there was still quite a mess in there. There's a lot of evidence alone in that bathroom. So, do I believe that she could still be found guilty without this body cam? Yes. But I also believe and agree with the fact that the state wants all of this in. Because all of this body cam is important. And I do not believe for a hot second that her HIPAA rights were violated, nor Miranda. Okay? She was not placed under arrest here. Again, she was not being detained against her will. As we heard her say that she was willing to go to the other facility to get checked out. She's just upset because she was caught. And Mom, that's a whole different other ball of fun to go into. But I've discussed this case quite a bit in other videos. So I'm going to put a link in the information of this video to my playlist here on the channel. I just wanted to put this update out because, again, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's canceled, she's getting away with it. No, it's not canceled. We are just in a holding pattern. So let's pray and hope that this trial gets on track sooner than later and that there'll be justice for that sweet baby. Alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.